China's invention that changed every war. Long before cannons shook Europe and muskets rang through battlefields, China created a weapon so revolutionary that it would transform war forever. It wasn't a sword, a chariot, or an army. It was a chemical, a powder that could burn, explode, and terrify entire armies. This was gunpowder, the invention that changed every war, and its story begins over 1,000 years ago. Gunpowder's origins trace back to 9th century China during the Tang Dynasty. Chinese alchemists searching for immortality experimented with saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal. Instead of discovering eternal life, they stumbled upon a substance that could ignite and explode. By the Song Dynasty, 960 to 1279 CE, gunpowder formulas were refined and documented in texts like the Wujing Songyao, a military manual published in 1044 CE. This manual detailed formulas for fire arrows, bombs, and flamethrowers. It showed that gunpowder was no longer an alchemical curiosity, it was a weapon of war. Early Chinese armies used it to defend cities and fortresses. Fire lances combined bamboo tubes and gunpowder to shoot flames at approaching enemies. Iron and ceramic bombs filled with gunpowder could be catapulted over city walls, causing explosions and fires. Even arrows were coated in gunpowder mixtures to start panic in enemy lines. By the 13th century, gunpowder reached a new level under the Mongol Empire. The Mongols, experts at siege warfare, adopted gunpowder weapons to conquer China, Central Asia, and eventually Eastern Europe. They used primitive bombs and rockets that terrified defenders unprepared for explosions from the sky. Gunpowder didn't stay in China. Through trade along the Silk Road and via the Mongol invasions, knowledge of this explosive substance reached the Middle East and Europe by the 13th and 14th centuries. Europeans experimented with it, leading to cannons, handguns, and firearms that would dominate the battlefields for centuries. The impact was profound. Armies that relied on swords, bows, and knights now faced gunpowder artillery and firearms, which could bore through armor and demolish walls. China had unknowingly started a military revolution, changing how wars were fought around the globe. In China itself, gunpowder became a central part of military strategy. The Song Dynasty's defense against northern invaders relied heavily on fire lances and explosive bombs. Naval warfare also changed. Warships carried gunpowder-filled incendiary devices to burn enemy fleets. During the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644 CE, gunpowder weapons became even more advanced. The Chinese used matchlock firearms, cannons, and mines to protect the Great Wall and coastal cities. Artillery tactics perfected in China would later inspire the firearms innovations in Europe and Japan. The psychological effect of gunpowder was just as important as the physical damage. The loud explosions, fire, and smoke caused fear and chaos among enemy troops, giving defenders a crucial advantage. Historians often argue that gunpowder was not just a weapon, it was a force multiplier, turning small armies into formidable powers. By the late Middle Ages, gunpowder had spread worldwide. Europeans built cannons to conquer castles, and armies armed with muskets replaced armored knights. The Ottoman Empire used gunpowder artillery to capture Constantinople in 1453, ending a millennium-old capital. From Asia to Europe, from the Middle East to the Americas, gunpowder reshaped military strategy, geopolitics, and empires. All of this originated in China, a serendipitous invention by alchemists seeking immortality. What started as an experiment with chemicals became the most influential military invention in human history. Gunpowder changed the world, yet it was centuries before Europe fully realized its potential. China's quiet discovery in the 9th century redefined war forever, proving that even an accidental invention can reshape civilization. From the fire lances of the Song dynasty to the cannons of Napoleon, every battlefield still carries the echoes of China's explosive legacy. Lesson from history? Sometimes the smallest spark, a mixture of saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal, can ignite a revolution that echoes across the globe.